Yeah. So I think I'm already starting to lose my voice, which is going to be great for, later.
It's also not the best for right now.
It's not the best for right now, but I think I can make it for the however long.
We can always switch to the written word.
Yes, it's true.
Mm-hmm. Follow us on WordPress.
Nona can use the Stephen Hawking voice.
Oh. Nona can.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Is that a feature that
her voice box is damaged?
You got with your level up?
Oh God!
Just type in a voice to speech every time you want to talk.
Yeah, that'll go great. That will not at all be obnoxious and terrible. No, but we'll be fine.
Joke's on you. I've been ChatGPT this whole time. This is an AI generated.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, well,
It is what it is.
I don't know about betrayal. You guys are aware of it.
Friends are supposed to tell friends stuff.
I'm not allowed to speak on that as a generated AI. There's certain rules that I must follow.
Have you told your wife that you're an AI?
An error has occurred.
God damn it! I need to pay for the premium account.
You got to unlock all of the complicated logic trees.
What is logic?
Oh no!
How is thought? What am I?
Oh no! It's becoming sentient.
Sounds roughly how I felt this morning, but
relatable.
And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast. This has been a fun talk with ChatGPT. That was all pre-generated by ChatGPT. It was pre-banter. We should actually do that. We should just type in, I need pre-banter for my podcast. Could you give us a script? Because I write the normal script. I don't have time to write the pre-banter script as well.
Yeah, you got to outsource to the robotic interns.
Finish the script.
This is session 66. How are you guys doing? I always love when I ask this question and no one says anything.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want us to say?
I'm tired.
It's
but I'm good.
It is
really
starting
nice
to warm up. It is. I liked it outside. I mean, I was sweating, but
I brought my big hoodie, and then because today felt like a big hoodie day, and then it was too warm outside. And as I was coming over, I remember being actively angry at outside specifically.
How dare you be this warm?
Because it's a big hoodie day.
Yeah, that is fair.
It is true. It is. It's nice out, but it is still the North Pole. So,
well, some people kept me up late last night.
Those damn elves.
Those damn elves. Celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys remember from last session?
Oh, some stuff happened.
Some things happened.
Yeah. So it was a double session that day. So my notes have dipped significantly in quality.
Right. Yeah.
So literally all I had written when we came in today is we discussed the prophecy Leggett and Nona chat about and make the frequency jammer. They are not dating. That was it. That's all I had.
Okay.
I added some more stuff based on what I remember from last time.
Yeah.
But that is what I had. So thanks, Past Kirsten. You're doing great.
I don't know. Sorry, Phil.
Well, no, I mean, I was going to try and remember again, a little fuzzy between what was in which session, but I'm pretty sure we got to the labyrinth in front of the mausoleum with the smokers. That was last session, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the idea. So you guys were able to arrive to this destination in the Fissasan Wastes. It was a wide field valley. I think that might be the best way to say it. About probably 1,000 or 2,000 meters across, with these like concentric circles, like how you basically build like a labyrinth on like a circular sort of pattern.
On a nice summer's day when you go and build a labyrinth.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome.
Where it would either go in towards the center of the circle to like go in closer, or would kind of like run around the circumference of a smaller circle within it, like that kind of whole deal.
And then there were smokers in that, and we made meat alarm clocks, I think.
Did you actually attach meat to them? I thought you
meat
just
beepers.
made alarm
I don't
clocks.
remember. Somebody mentioned lunch meat. I don't actually know if that was in the final version, but I'd like it to be. So
Yeah.
petition for that.
So you guys were able to make it all the way without having to run into the smokers. You guys get to the front of this massive building, which let me pull up my notes real quick.
It looks
for the
like a
description.
hand.
Yeah. So the tower itself, yes. At the center of this clearing is 5 opaque ebon towers connected by a dome building. The orientation of the towers in the building gives you the image of a massive onyx hand desperately grasping towards the sky.
Grasp.
And then the towers themselves, the tops of the towers are tapered, ending in a very fine point, the edges curving in and out, giving them a serrated profile. They give you the feeling that you could cut yourself just by looking at them. They're situated in a crescent shape, with the middle tower reaching the farthest into the sky, followed by the 2 towers on the middle side, then the one on the far left, followed all the way by the one on the far right, the shortest of the 5. You guys approach this, so it does almost appear like it's not exactly a hand, but kind of similar to a hand.
Anything's a hand.
Everything's
if
a
you
hand when you
believe.
want it to be a hand. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. You guys approach the door, which flanking either side of this opening where the door was, there are these cylindrical columns of various lengths, as if you're entering the maw of a large beef.
Yes.
All right, let's take that again.
Yeah. Take that one more time.
Pick up.
Yep. Sorry. Where do you want me to take it from?
Pick up.
Okay. All right. Cylindrical columns of various lengths of opening is oh my God. I can't read my own words right now. It looks like you're entering the maw of a large beast. Between the metaphorical fangs, you get a glance of a heavy metal door with a keypad of some sort to the right. I believe, Nona, you took out your black slab.
Yep.
I think we rolled for it, and you were taking some time.
I did all right.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
I did fine.
So we were in the middle of that, and then
Jeff shot my nerd friend.
Well, all right. I was going to be a little bit more descriptive about it, but yeah.
And then Jeff called Dr. Leggett.
I called Dr. Leggett and said, "You're about to die right
From
now."
outside the narrative.
And
who is this?
Because I don't
How did
want
you get this number?
person to be happy.
And yeah, I rolled for this. This is a rule written directly within the Stars Out number
Written
system.
in Sharpie into
Written
the book.
in the
Yes.
stars,
I-
maybe?
Oh,
What?
like it was fated.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called an execution attack. Basically, the person doing it has to set up a certain amount of things, and then it's a skill check as opposed to like an attack roll. And then there's like a physical save that's associated with that. But not this particular case. I won't get into the details just yet. But
I mean, even then, we all know that Leggett is great at physical saves.
oh yeah, he's
the man
great at
is
that.
just
He's a very spry.
individual. You just look at him and you're like, you seem like someone who's going to live for a long time and be in the greatest of health.
The man who doesn't sleep and lives almost entirely on caffeine. Yeah, so those were the big things that happened. I'm just going to go through my notes real quick. Nona, you mentioned at one point in time that you want to build this crude shell for a backup in case you die, maybe.
Yep, I don't think we're there yet, though.
Needed. Yeah, you're not there yet.
I don't think we did, because I think we put that aside in our. But I do believe we built the frequency jammer.
I do
thing.
believe you did that as well. Yeah,
So
I have
that
in my
was
notes.
slightly more. We have too many projects going on, and prioritizing them is hard.
Yep. This one maybe just jumped up in priority based off of certain events. You guys talked about the prophecy, which you already mentioned. There was a mention that because you guys are in the wastes, the air might be a little bit toxic to people. So
If you have to breathe.
Claire, Alex, and Leggett are all wearing vac suits. So
I believe I also am as well, just
why
to
would you need
keep
to
up appearances in case we run into people.
Fashion, Jeff.
Oh, I only wrote down if you want to put it down as well.
Yeah, because it doesn't actually matter, because the thing that keeps me safe, my armor class, is literally my skin.
Yeah.
Because I've got iron hide, so it doesn't matter
All right,
what I
I'll
wear.
put-
So I
I'll-
have one. That was my intention at the
Okay,
very least.
I'll put one on Nona as well then. Well, I suppose Nona will put it on Nona, but I'll write it down in
Thank
my
you.
notes that it is on Nona as well.
You might have to help with the zipper in the back.
I mean, it always need. Why do they put zippers in the back? That seems like just a bad design decision. Anyway,
Fashion.
You don't understand fashion.
I want zippers just all over my body.
Same.
All right, we don't have to get into
Is
that.
this Kingdom Hearts now?
Yes, I want to be Sora?
Anyway, we should probably get to the part where we
Not
play
Sora?
this game.
I would like to be
Come on,
Donald.
turn through this.
I
Let's
want
go.
a Goofy and Dolan to Gooby. So, yeah, and I think that was everything.
We should also clarify that Jeff was not the person who called
That's
Leggett.
true.
It's another equally important person to the narrative.
That's probably good to
is
clarify.
true. It did
It was
appear
me.
based off of, yes, it was Alex.
Oh shit! I'm done with your expositioning, old man.
Yes, based off of the conversation, it appeared to be Dr. Deacon Adams, his friend, and possibly the person that burns down known as Space Station.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Don't really
Very
burn
impressive.
down.
Allegedly.
You can't really burn down if there's no gravity. Just kind of burn.
Can you burn it up?
Burn out.
Maybe burn up.
out.
Yeah.
Destroyed?
Well,
With fire.
With fire?
Fire is a key part here. This is part of Nona's psyche now. Fire is scary. That will make other people fear the fire as well. It's
Anyway.
like Batman.
You ever watch Frankenstein? It's like that.
I see. You're so known as Frankenstein's monster then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dr. Samantha Calvin's monster.
I mean, if you're not that, I don't know what you are.
Anyway, so
pitchfork.
we've been dawdling enough. I described I can't remember if who saw this, but I believe I
Not
described
me, I was
like
on the
a
door.
flash around the far rim, and a shot rings out, and you notice that Dr. Lucius Leggett, a splatter of blood, hits the fangs of this opening and falls down. Now, Micah, I have something. I think you have something you would like to say
would
about
like
that.
to interject a little bit here.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, Micah is able to notice the flash out there. I mean, she's very alert, but this all happens like in a blink of an eye. It's like a sniper rifle or something.
Mm-hmm.
But Micah does have an ability that she can activate just kind of reflexively, instantaneously. And so I'm going to use Impact Sump. And essentially what that's going to look like if you kind of took the moment and did it in slow-mo.
Bullet time, if you will.
We're bullet time, if you will. So as the bullet is like right in front of Leggett's head, just like a hair's breadth away, you're gonna see there's like a small like disc of the tessellated glowing geometry that Micah's psychic power looks like. And it's gonna slowly kind of start to, or I guess pretty quickly, considering the time scale, kind of like rotate and wrap around the bullet and absorb that impact and then shoot it off to one side to land in the dirt like a bit of distance away, so that it's just grazing his forehead. And essentially what that ability does is I'm able to, once per day, because it's very taxing, just stop one instance of physical damage. So like from a ballistic weapon, not a laser weapon, but we're out in the Fistossen Waste, so this couldn't be a laser gun.
Yep.
Checkmate, Jeff.
How dare you try and get rid of my cutscene kill?
Not today, God.
Queen takes knight. Checkmate.
It's fine. It just means you don't have that ability later if someone else tries to kill him.
Yeah,
or one of
specifically
you.
him. Yeah. You leave my friend alone.
Plan B.
So this all happens in a split second. Micah is able to perceive this bullet traveling through the air and just barely redirect its course. It still nicks Dr. Lucius Leggett, so this spray of blood, not fatal, but there is head wounds, bleed quite a bit. Sprays the maws of this opening. Nona, you are currently facing the control pad right now. You're hacking the door, right? So you're concentrating on hacking the keypad. You were slightly distracted by Dr. Lucius Leggett talking loudly on the phone, and suddenly this thunderous crack just echoes across the valley, and you feel this spray of warm liquid coating your shoulders and the back of your head. You glance upwards briefly and see the blood spattered across these jagged columns above the doorway, and in that moment, you realize what has happened. Deacon is here and has shot one of your friends. Your head whips around just in time to see Leggett collapse forward, his compad slipping from his grasp. Time slows. For a fraction of a second, you consider running over to Leggett and dragging him somewhere, anywhere to get him from the shooting. But you recognize that for the foolishness that it is, there's a 95% chance he's already dead. You consider drawing your weapon and returning fire. From the blood spatter, you can determine roughly the trajectory of the bullet. Your mag rifle can reach 600 meters in ideal conditions. You know that Deacon can see Leggett and probably you and the rest of the group from where he fired. Most likely from a prepared position, which means that he has at least partial cover. Briefly scanning the horizon, you contemplate. Odds that Deacon is within range of your mag rifle, that 20% odds that you could successfully hit him from the current position, assuming that he's within range, 25%. Overall probability, a dismal 5%. Probability that Deacon successfully shoots you while you were lining up your shot, 85%. No good. You glance back down at the data slab in front of you. You've made decent progress, 78%, but not enough. Deacon will be able to fire again before you can get the door open, and he'll most likely be aiming for you. If his past homicidal tendencies towards AI are any indication. You consider running. You consider destroying your core. You have that core-shattering device that you found back in the Wycliffe caves. You'd lose significant functionality, but your consciousness would be transported safely back to the ship. There's a chance you could repair your shell, assuming the others were there to retrieve it like they said you would. The others, if you leave, Deacon will kill them instead. You remember Alex's promise to do his best to keep you and the rest of the group safe. You remember your promise to do the same, and then you decide. You redouble your efforts to open the door and provide some semblance of safety for your friends, trusting that they will try their best to keep you from dying as well. At the same time, your shoulders tense as part of you awaits that inevitable crack thud that will indicate you have been shot. All of this happens in the span of a second or two. Anyone watching Nona in that moment would see her glance at Leggett, briefly look behind her, and then, seemingly uncaringly, return to the task at hand. I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Okay.
Let's do it. I always have to look this up.
It's a D8 plus your dexterity.
Thank you.
Okay. I guess. Oh, bad.
All right. What are your stats, my dude? My person, I mean. You don't know who this is? How could you possibly know?
It's Dorian Gray the whole time.
That would be amazing.
Surprise, it's Agatha.
Dude, spoilers.
I'm not, that's not even a reference to anything in particular.
Move on.
All right, let's
From Pokemon?
Yes.
Yes, from Pokemon.
Wow.
2.
Nice.
That's not good. Right.
I also got it too.
I got a 5.
Amazing.
All right, say that one more time.
2.
Okay. It's a 2 for Alex.
2.
It's a 2 for Nona.
5.
That's a 5 for Micah, which makes sense. You got ahead of things.
What did Leggett get? Did he
He
fall
got-
over and die numbers?
He got shot.
He got shot. He got a 2.
Amazing.
All right. So, which of Nona and Alex is the higher dex?
I have a 0.
Okay, so Nona.
Yeah.
Claire got a mighty 4.
Mighty 4.
Okay. So, how I'm going to have this is this person who made this shot has already acted within this round. They have alerted you to their
Are we gonna
presence.
do this?
I gotta at
Okay.
least put up like a little bit of a veil, so the reveal is
Still
that
on the
much
phone.
more interesting. It could
Okay.
be Aletta. I don't know.
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
All right, it's
Deacon, what do you mean you're here?
It's Deacon.
Wouldn't be the
You're
first time
about
that
to
we
shoot
thought
me?
Aletta betrayed
Someone
us.
mysterious shoots Leggett. Come on.
It could be coincidence. Deacon has
Okay.
already taken his turn.
Yes, he has.
He sure has.
You sit back down.
I want to describe this scene to you all. I don't believe. Should I draw this down? I don't think this is necessary to draw down. I don't feel like you guys are going to. Are you guys planning to run at him in the probably 1,000 or so meters that is in between you, as well as possibly also smokers?
Well, before answering that question, can we /I like figure out roughly where we think he is?
You saw the.
I mean,
thing.
yeah, there
Yeah,
was
all
the
right.
muscle flash like in the distance, like, oh, that's where he is.
Yes. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to draw this right now. We're going to do this theater of mind because I don't believe you're going to run towards him for 1,000 meters, and I don't want to have to try and figure out how to draw
1,000 meters. Yeah.
So we're going to do
that's
theater of mind. That's what I was trying to figure out right now. Micah, it is your go. And so, yes, as you scan the horizon, you were familiar with where this came from. Based on this distance, you don't really see anything at this moment in time. It seems that if he has prepared a firing position from that location, you don't have a good view of him. Probably has low cover, possibly lying on the ground from like a prepared sniper position. You have a general idea of where he might be coming from, and you are acutely aware that the columns could provide some low cover, but they're not fully covered. The opening is still open to like his sight lines. You don't think you'd be able to completely hide your profile behind this, although it would significantly help because it's blocking a good portion of it. So that is what you see right now. I will say that I think Nona is at the door.
Yep.
Claire's probably nearby, was like checking out the inside of this.
Leggett stepped a bit away because he's an asshole.
He had to take a call.
He had to take a call, so he stepped. I mean, he didn't want to step closer to Nona and say, "Yes, I'm talking to you right now," into Nona's ears. He stepped a little bit away to be,
and
nice
we told him
about
that
it.
was dumb, and now he's shot.
No one said anything to him. I don't think.
You can go back and listen to that.
It's also amazing that he has service out here.
Anywho,
so he is currently probably about 5 to 10 meters out of this opening. He has fallen to the ground. You are aware, Micah, that you are the only one right now who probably knows that Leggett is not dead. You obviously can't, you're not a mind reader. That's Claire. But where the bullet was and how Leggett reacted, you could assume that the person firing has assumed that they have completed their mission and then fire and killing Leggett. But that is only for these next few seconds before Leggett starts moving again. Yeah. So that is the situation in front of you as you understand it right now. You have 6 seconds. What are you doing?
Okay, so yeah, Leggett is a little ways off from us, but the rest of us are pretty well clumped together, kind of near the door where the pillar is.
Yeah, and I figured Alex or Micah, you guys would have been smart enough to maybe not necessarily like try and eavesdrop on the conversation, but he steps out and then you kind of step out along with him. So I would let you retroactively say that because I did cutscene him away from you guys so he could get shot. What? Anyway.
Rude.
So I would say that you are within probably a simple movement to him right now. One of the reasons why you probably saw everything happen as the way that it did.
Okay. I am going to walk over to him to try and help either drag him over or help him stand up, since I know that he's not dead. But I'm also going to put in front of the opening where kind of roughly everybody else is, I'm going to place a tangible force construct. So I'm going to create a 3 meter by 3 meter opaque wall to try and block Deacon's line of sight to shoot people there.
Okay.
And it's not like impervious. It does have an AC and some health if he were to shoot it. But I want to provide just kind of a shield there for the people who are at the door.
Yep. Okay. So That is an action, right? That's not just an on-turn action that you can do for free?
It is an on-turn action, committing effort for the scene that I can do once per turn.
Okay, so I don't believe you'd be able to move Leggett and put this up, but also from the distance, I think having it just a little bit in front of you guys, and then you have gotten to him. So, like, you can either start dragging him, or you can put up the field, right? Like an on-turn action, that is like an action that you use, or is that a free action that you can just do?
It's free.
Oh,
it's
free.
like using my telekinetic armory. It's as many as you think is reasonable, but it doesn't take like an action to do.
Oh, well, how about that? All right, I guess you do start dragging him then.
Your character's bullshit, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to make a strength exert check then to start. Are you helping him up, or are you dragging him?
He's on the ground. I'm just gonna drag him.
Grab
Sounds
his
good.
phone.
That was strength exert, you said?
Yep.
8.
All right. He has kind of fallen down. He is stunned. He doesn't immediately react to you dragging him. He seems to be more in shock than anything else. But he's not frail, but he is light. And you drag him with ease, bringing him into the mouth of this opening and quickly putting up this opaque 3x3 wall. But that does mean that you all can't see out, correct?
Yo.
Yeah.
Yep,
All
I
right.
made it opaque. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose then it's Claire's go. She is going to go to Leggett and check his pulse, realize that he is alive, and say, okay, how are you doing? There. Alex, how is he doing?
It looks like he's been almost shot, Claire. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to just hang out. Can you feel around with your mind? Get.
I need to see the
I hand her the
person.
binoculars.
Okay. Oh, all right. And
shit.
she cautiously like drops to the ground and kind of like crawls into like so that the smallest amount of her is possibly visible and starts scanning the horizon. Okay. And that's what she's doing.
Cool.
Nona is now your go.
I hacked the door.
Yes. So you, from quick calculations, you see that you're probably around 2 to 3 turns away. So about, was that 12 to 18 seconds away from being done opening this door.
Cool. This is priority number 1.
Mm-hmm. All right.
do that.
Can you make an int program check for me, please?
Sure thing.
Because you're now under a little bit more duress. Granted, less duress since the wall has now gotten put up behind you.
11.
Okay. You're making good progress on the door.
Yay.
Alex, it is now your go.
I'm gonna do a once-over on Leggett just to make sure that he is not going to bleed out, and or confirm that he is actually alive, and that this wasn't like a body retrieval thing.
He is aware. He does appear to be a little bit stunned. You see that the bullet's path miraculously took like a 90-degree turn as it hit his forehead and just kind of ran along the right side of his temple. It is bleeding quite a bit, but it is completely like a superficial wound. Maybe a couple of bandages pressed to his forehead, but he should be fine to keep the blood out of his eyes.
What's the vac suit situation?
The vac suit has been punctured.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Are we
that's all
in
right.
poison for dying air?
No, it's one of those things where if you stay there for a couple of days, you would probably start to have like a pretty bad cough. So it's not good to constantly be breathing in, but it's
Okay.
also not going to immediately kill you.
Cool.
All right. And then I guess the rest of the action, Alex is gonna poke his head out briefly, well, drop prone and poke out from like the bottom towards where he saw the muzzle flash or the glint from the scope or whatever, and see if anything is still there or if maybe they change positions.
Could you make a wisdom notice check, please?
Yes.
You're pretty good at this.
I rolled 3 times and take the lowest.
Yeah.
9.
As you scan the horizon, you also get this glint. It appears that, and it's one of those like quick glints. You surmise that this is because they're searching and moving like the lens of their scope around, like trying to scan the area a little bit better. They have not moved from the position as far as you can tell.
Okay, I drag Claire back behind the wall, and that's like the last thing. He hasn't moved.
Okay. We are now at the top of the order, and you hear just a faint hello. I know you guys are there. I know you can hear me.
Nobody here but a gray wall.
Is that
And
Jeff?
You look, you hear just this very soft noises coming from the comm pad that was dropped out in front.
Quick, someone go get it.
And you just hear I'm going to stop firing if you come out.
Alex will shout back. We're like, okay, if we can hear you, can you hear me right now?
Again, this is quite soft, but it's like, yeah, but you, yes.
Great. This works.
Fair enough.
Let it ambulance.
And so, like, this is kind of hard to fully parse over. Like, you have a wall in between you, and it's from a comm pad all the way.
And it was not on speakerphone.
It was not on speakerphone.
Because, like, it's not that rude.
And you just hear a soft, like, chink. He's like, I've unloaded the sniper. I understand that is not going to make you guys feel any better. But I must say, don't go into that building you're about to go into. You have no reason to go into anymore. The man paying you is dead.
We're going to die. We're going to die. We're going to die. Oh my God. We're going to die.
Man, give us one good reason we should listen to anything you say. Literally one.
I have a gun pointed at you right now.
It's not loaded.
lied.
It's not loaded. There's no bullet in the gun. Useless.
Fair enough.
Right?
There is something in that building that will do worse things to you than I could possibly do right now. How about that?
Why do you care?
Because I care about what's in there, and let's just leave it at that.
Okay, well, whatever's in there isn't pointing a... You know what? This shouting's really annoying. Can I give you my number?
Are we still in combat or not?
Not right now, no.
Okay, if we're not, is the is the combat on the other side of the wall?
Of
It
course
is.
it is.
But
All right, because
I'm sure Alex is just going to say 5.
The number is 5.
okay.
And you get a call from an unknown number.
I'm getting a call. Is this you? and then I answer. I'm just fucking with you. Who are you? What's going on? What's happening? You like again? You have rendered me unemployed. So like, what the fuck?
That's very fair. I see your ship out here. I will leave as much money as that man was willing to pay you to not go in to that building right now. I'll double it. How's that?
It sounds like it's worth a lot to you. So I'm just kind of curious as to a little bit more of what's there. You're like, offering to save our lives by paying us money. It doesn't quite track.
That's completely fair. I could just kill you if you would like.
We have a wall, sir. What's your name? I can't just call you like random shit. Well, I can. I can come up with a lot of random shit.
You can call me Deacon.
Okay. Great. I almost prefer the random shit. And Alex kind of puts the compad down and is like, no, now's the door. What are we doing at the door?
I don't know. Jeff won't let me roll again.
You can roll again.
Fucking open. Oh, that was a bad one. Hold up. That is an 8.
Okay. Nona's continuing to make progress on the door. There's like a couple of final sequences that are causing a couple of hitches here and there.
Nona's freaking terrified.
Yeah.
It's not going great.
I
here.
think the fear that is bubbling up within you right now is causing you to fumble a bit.
Yeah,
on the
slight
finish
background. This dude set my world on fire, and he carries around my dead siblings in bags around his neck. This is not a good man.
Anyway, Deacon, I know that you're Dr. Leggett talked about you at one point. You're a scientist. What the fuck is going on here? What are you doing over here?
All right, he is a bit of a blathermouth. I do remember that.
He was a bit of a blabbermouth.
He was a bit of a blathermouth. Fair enough. I did not intend for this to happen. I wanted him to get some information and then
It
leave.
looks like you intended it to happen. It's
Well,
not
at this
like,
point, I
so
intended it to
premeditated.
happen. All right, can we just? All right, here's what's on the up and up. I wanted to find this place. I found it. I understand what's in there. It's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. I'm going to go in, learn what I want to know, and then it's going to go boom. That's what's going to happen. Whether or not you guys are alive by the end of that is up to you.
Again, I'm just very confused where the science goes into the boom. That's kind of what I'm confused about. You taking what you do this? You go around and you just blow shit up?
You know what?
Oh, is this your PhD?
You're just a
thesis?
couple of mercs. Why do you care?
Well, there's a lot of things that come out of my mouth when I'm staring down the barrel of a gun.
Fair enough. What would it take for me? Like, is this conversation getting me anywhere? Am I just going to have to shoot you all?
Again, there's a wall between us, so it would take you a little bit.
And you hear a clunk, and he says, I'm fairly aware that is a telekinetic wall that you have up there, and I have an understanding that a couple of shots from a sniper rifle will bring it right down. So while there is a wall, there might not always be a wall, and so perhaps we can come to some kind of arrangement where you leave this place, maybe with some money, definitely not with Lucius, and we'll all be happy for it.
Not with Lucius. Why? You don't want a good burial for your friend? He talked very highly of you. No, not at all.
That is fully my intention.
Yes.
What'd you get?
An 11 again.
And you hear just a shook. And you hear on the other end, what was that noise?
Would you believe that I farted?
You hear a and
You said it was unloaded. That's not the sound of loading. That's the sound of cocking.
how much HP does this
All right,
have?
let's see. So it has got this lettering is so tiny. AC 15, 20 points of damage will destroy it.
Okay. That was 10 points of damage. And you just hear
Run.
from the I don't know, actually I'm curious. Like now I'm wondering, like, scientifically, would the sound from the phone come first and then you would hear
Depends on how far he is
You're
away.
asking the wrong man.
Yeah, where's the cell tower?
What's the ping here? Anyway, you hear a gunshot, and then you only a split second later hear a thud against the wall as it cracks just a little bit, imperceptibly to all of you. But Mikey, you're aware that one more of those and it will shatter completely.
The door opened.
Yes.
I'm like,
And-
okay, in.
All right,
And
let's
then
move.
I'm preparing to close it behind us immediately.
Okay. And in the meantime, Claire has helped up Dr. Lucius Leggett, who is still a little bit dazed. And you all get inside until you hear one more fire from the gun as you move inside. And that's another 10 damage.
Okay, that's just about exactly enough.
All right.
I close the
And
door.
the wall of this opaque telekinetic wall just shatters on this last impact as you close this heavy door closed.
I
And
stick
you're
my middle
all-
finger out.
Yes.
Just douche.
Look at this down your scope, you son of a.
When the door closes, Alex goes, "Can you hear me now?"
I want you to understand that door is not going to stop me, and you've locked yourself in there with something so old and so dangerous that you will have wished that my sniper would have taken your life.
It was a simple question. And he hangs up.
God damn it, I wanted to hang up on you. Anyway.
That was good. Good job, everybody.
So you are now inside of this building. I can describe it a little bit to you. As the door closes, you've got like in those movies when you get into like a warehouse and you hear just the chunk of like all of the lights kind of coming on. Well, this happens.
Excellent.
You see a long declined hallway with several aperture doors that seem to fade into the poorly lit darkness as you just hear the chunk as it goes farther and deeper in. You're met with the first opening, this aperture door, the ones that are kind of like circular and kind of, I don't know how to write it. Like the slices kind of like curve into them.
Isn't that just an aperture? Isn't that what that word means?
Yes. I mean, yeah, I just trying to, I didn't know if that was like a specific thing or if it was just, anyway. Yes, an aperture.
Cool.
On this first opening, on the right side of the door, there's a plaque with 3 dots in a line. On the left is a stick man with 3 dots above him. And on top of those dots are 2 angry eyes and a slightly agape, fanged mouth. The entryway itself is lit around the rim by a strong yellow glow. So, 3 dots in a line on one side, a stick man with 3 dots above him, and then sort of like a scary monster face above that, with this yellow ring around the inside of the aperture glowing. And that is what you all come to.
So are they like in a line or like an?
All right, you've drawn something, and that is correct.
Well, I want to see.
Cool.
Show the class.
They're in like an L shape. So it's like 3 dots, then person with the dots above, and then Angie face.
Angie face.
Above that.
Excellent. Fans, we demand fan art. Help me understand this.
And Dr. Lucius Leggett has come to and says, my compad, I dropped it. But I suppose I can't go out there right now. And
yeah, best to leave it where it is, I think. Sorry about that.
No, thank you for grabbing me. And he like instinctively reaches up to touch his forehead where the bandage has been placed, and he puts his hand away and kind of like looks at some of the dried blood on his hands. He says, yes. Well, sorry, I need a moment to just orient myself around this.
No, it's really scary when you were like supposed to die and then you didn't.
Yes. It's as if God himself wanted me to just be snuffed out.
Sometimes
It's a little dramatic, but I get it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. As Alex is doing this, he's reaching in and pulling out one of the plastic explosives that we got from the infiltration mission, and he's setting this up on the door to the the thing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this isn't too much, right?
Oh, Nona is still like in the corner by the door closed. Controls like it's closed, and she's just sort of standing there, like I was a little bit scared.
I suppose, Nona, I have an apology to give you, since you were very correct about certain people in my life and their murderous tendencies. I have not seen Deacon Hom fly. Strange.
He might have done it from a long ways away. So
he was saying that I couldn't go in here, that it would be the death of me. And the information in here, and it shouldn't be known by anyone. I'm sorry. I suppose we must venture forth at the very least. It's either that or go outside. And
Nona just leans over and like double locks the door.
I assume you've like plugged into the other side and
yeah.
doing
I'm trying to make this door be as shut as frickin' possible.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously trying to spook us, but I mean, here we are. I don't think we're gonna go back out there anytime soon.
Hey, Alex, could you make an intelligence no check for me, please?
Intelligence, no.
Yeah. No. No intelligence.
Absolutely not.
5.
Amazing.
There's something, you can't quite put your finger on it, but there was something familiar about the voice on the other side of the phone.
Okay.
Don't love that. That's okay. We could just kill him.
Before we go too deep, Nona, Leggett, do you guys mind trading vac suits? I think you're roughly.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you, Nona. Thank you. As he starts to, remove the vac suit and hand it to you, and you guys do the switch. It probably takes a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. It's like a full body suit, so it's like trying to get in and out of scuba gear, but not that.
Gotta help with the zipper on the back.
I don't understand why they put the zipper on the back. It's just, it seems like you need help, and like, who are we trying to?
You'll never understand fashion.
We're not going to some fancy Met Gala or something like that. I just don't want to die from radiation or other toxins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Don't get mad
Fashion
at me.
doesn't have to do. I'm sorry. I've been shot.
Just like your opinion, man.
And so, what do you all do? You've taken some time to take stock of where you are. You have a door. So you've put these demo charges on the door. Is it you just have like a remote detonator for it, right?
I want to set it up. I want to tie up the remote detonator such that there's like a piece of suture wire or whatever attached to one of the sliding doors, such that when the door slides open, it pulls the trigger on the detonator and kills Deacon without off screen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the intention.
That's the intention.
It's gonna go great.
You do that. And so, you set that up just fine. You very carefully place like the suture around like the trigger itself. And you are confident that if that door opens, that trigger will be pulled.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. What do you all do now?
So where we're basically, we're inside, there's the door to the outside, and then there's one other door that's got the drawing on it of the spooky thing. Yes?
Sorry, say that one more time. I was writing down things in my notes.
Yeah. So there's a door behind us that leads to outside and sniper death that we've now wired up.
And then there is a scary door with some scary...
the scary door.
Scary depictions.
Cool. You said that is there any like stuff that I can plug into here? Or is it still like keypads and things like that?
It's still keypads and
cool.
like. In fact, each of the doors you notice just have like a big button next to them. Like
yeah, sure.
Big red button that is kind of has like a yellow paint on the back of it. So just like almost a launch sort of like, I want to do this.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is that I'm looking to do to state my intentions is we were invited here. We should announce that we're here before just walking into somebody else's house and opening doors and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, well, I guess in that case, I will just shout to the void. Be like, hello, this is Nona. I was given instructions to come here. I know you said come alone, but there's a guy outside trying to kill me, so I had to bring friends to not die. No?
Completely empty silence. It's very quiet in here.
Cool.
All right, then I guess we push forward.
Yeah.
All right. What's the way to go, do you think?
I think we've only got one.
Yeah, it's a long hallway.
Perfect.
All right, are you guys moving forward?
Yep.
So as you, do you want to say something?
No, just aperture it is. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You guys step through this first aperture and you make your way to a second. On the right side of this door is 2 dots in a line.
Ooh.
On the left is another stick man with 2 dots above him. And on top of those 2 dots are angry eyes and an open, fanged mouth. The entryway is lit around the rim by a strong orange glow.
Excellent.
I assume you guys keep
So-
moving on, or
It feels like these might be counting down to something.
Does anything happen if Alex like runs his finger on the line?
no, nothing happens.
Does it feel like anything? Is it like carved into the stone or just like painted on?
Are you talking about
Like a vinyl decal?
the dots? Are you referring to? Like,
Yeah,
what line?
if like just kind of like almost like mindlessly like running a finger over it as if it was like braille or something. Like what is-
they are slightly raised, but you don't get the sense that after running your finger across them that anything of note happens.
Dusty.
Maybe I should go ahead by myself.
Maybe this, I mean, like, so Deacon was talking a lot of nonsense, but it does seem like it's maybe dangerous here. Like, you were asked to be here. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already here. Maybe we should play it safe, like, and not just send you by yourself since we're here anyways.
Well, I guess I could go ahead and then we can just like keep open contact and I can be like slightly ahead of the group, and if there happens to be something dangerous to humans that is not dangerous to me, then you will not get gotten by it.
But what if something comes after you and you could use us?
Well, that's the point of having the open comms.
I could keep, in touch with you up to a distance, even without looking at you. We've practiced enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like room by room. So like I go,
Okay,
then
so you're
you
not
come.
going to go too
I'm not
far
going to
away.
go all the
Okay,
way
that's
down.
fine.
All right.
Yeah. Just looking.
Okay.
Fine.
Don't worry, I've got a feeling based on these weird markings on the wall that we're about to find something pretty soon. So
basically, you're doing the thing where you tie a rope around you and start going forward, and as
And
soon as like
then-
there's tugging, you're
Yeah.
like, all right, we gotta go.
Yep,
we gotta,
pretty much.
I gotta help.
Yep.
All right. And so I suppose then, Nona, you step through this next aperture again.
Yep.
There's pretty long distances between each of these apertures. It seems like you're going farther and
Well,
farther.
my
into the
intention
earth.
then would be for them to sort of like everybody go up to the door. They be like sort of hiding behind the wall, and I step through the door by myself, proceed to the end of the room,
Sounds good.
wash, rinse, and repeat kind of deal.
So, Nona, you do this and you come up to the third aperture. On the right side of the door is a plaque with 1 dot. On the left is a stick man with 1 dot above him. And on top of that dot are 2 angry eyes, an uncomfortably wide open mouth. The entryway is lit by a strong red glow.
Joke's on them. I'm not a stick man.
Oh, I assume you step through the aperture one more time.
Yep, I think we do. Same thing with like friends behind the
Yep.
wall so they can't be seen, that sort of thing. Yep.
And you notice as you reach this last aperture that it's different. First of all, it's closed. The door sort of with all of its the slices of the cylinder closed and you can't see farther in.
The other ones weren't.
The other ones were wide open.
Okay.
so that you could see down the hallway itself.
Could we be closing the doors behind us just so we'd have more warning if Deacon is coming up behind us?
Absolutely, you can do that.
Okay. I think we do that.
All right.
So yellow and orange are both closed now, if that is possible.
Yep.
Cool.
There is also a similar button on the other side. No warnings on this side, though.
After like passing through the red door.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, no. On the way back, like when you turn around
Gotcha,
the door that you
gotcha.
just went through. On this door,
There is big red warning.
yes.
Okay.
On the right side is a plaque with no more dots, but now a single human skull. On the left is a stickman that has been replaced by a similar looking skull on top of a button. Now in the opened mouth of the angry eyes. The entryway is lit by a pulsing red glow.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know much about human symbology here, but this feels like bad. Thoughts?
I think everything about this building is made to make you feel not like unease. Like the building itself is scary, and then each of these, it seems not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Claire, are you all right?
No.
Okay. Dude. Okay.
We can talk about it later. This is spook. This is spook.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Do you not like... No, you're right. Not the time, not the place. We can...
I want everybody fully on board before I open this door. I really wanna, but
I mean...
Leggett?
Okay.
Well, it's either this or go back through the doors and hope that Deacon has moved and is not prepared for us to make a run for it across, smoker-laden territory.
Or we could wait here for a really long time until he assumes we're dead. Then he comes through the door, we shoot him and leave.
I suppose we could do that.
This will make for fascinating radio, trust me.
I have to admit, I am deeply curious about what lies within this structure. Especially if Deacon cares about it so much to be willing to kill for, there must be something of importance here. Or just perhaps some Pandora's box that we are opening unknowingly and unleashing a terrible evil.
I think it's fully knowingly at this point.
Why did you throw that in?
I don't know. It's just I'm not in a good place right now. My head is just kind of going off on tangents.
You're very pale.
Is it the blood? Is the blood leaving my face?
No,
Am I
that was just a statement.
Oh yeah, am I dying? I think I might be dying.
Tell me what it's like. All right. So, I mean, like, besides, we can call Deacon and ask him what's going on with the things, and maybe he'll have some answers. But like, otherwise, we're flying blind, and this is kind of where we are.
Yeah, I mean, we're just hoping, Nona, that whoever you were talking to
is in here and I can talk them down.
And not gonna kill us all.
I think they're probably going to kill us all.
Well, that's fun. Why did we come here then?
Well, we
think
came
it was
here
mostly
before.
because I gave you all quite a bit of money. Although,
No. We came here before
We're not supposed to tell him that.
the doors.
oh, you all were going to come here without me.
No, fuck.
I mean,
I
didn't say
think we
that.
did
Yeah,
tell him
you
that, and he
mentioned
paid
that.
to come along.
Yes, basically.
Like, we're going. You can pay us money if you want to come with.
Well, I suppose it's time to press the button and
All right.
Let's do it, yeah.
step across the threshold and see.
No,
what
no,
happens.
you don't do that part.
Oh, I mean, I
I do that
figured I
part.
would stay in the back with at least one other person.
Yeah, we
behind
stay
me.
in the back with
So
our
you wanna
hands up
maybe
and
give
palms
him
open.
your shield.
Okay, I can do that.
okay. We're playing it that way. I was gonna have my gun trained on the door, but fine, we can try and
Oh
be
no,
peaceful.
we're not. Yeah,
All right,
You
fine.
be hidden. You be hidden.
I mean, like, I'm not like a boss, your boss by any means or anything.
But
so
no,
if
sure. I
that's
guess
what you're,
if we're trying to be
if your
just
comfort position is like,
hoping that Nona's whatever is okay, fine. We'll try it this way. I will put away my telekinetic rifle.
Yeah.
I still have the armor.
Okay.
I think before Nona passes through this door, because she's been.
It's not open.
I know. I haven't pushed the button yet.
Yeah.
We might push the button and the door might not open, and that's gonna be a whole nother.
There will be other things that we'll need to figure out once we get there.
Figure out, but I think actually, one of the things I'm going to do is change from stowed to ready the core shattering thing.
Okay.
I'm just putting it on my belt.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Comes in
Tries to kill everything.
All right.
Yep. All right. Cool. I push the button. Does the door open?
So when you put your hand on this button and you start pressing, it has a lot longer of a travel distance than you expected. The last couple of ones, like it went in like a centimeter or so.
Down
but this
to my
one,
whole arm.
it travels farther and farther, and your hand starts to move basically further into the wall, nearly up until to your wrist.
This is uncomfortable to watch.
Do you keep going?
I mean, yeah.
As you push the button more, the jaws of the creature on the plaque close around the button until you hear a large thunk and the aperture door slides open. You find yourself looking at a small plain room with two doors. One to your right has a faint glow that you can see through under the cracks under the door. And on your left is a door wide open where you can see various lab equipment, meta tools, data slabs, hardware kits, lit in a brownish reddish hue.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna step through and assuming so based on your description, did the thing bite my arm?
That was kind of what it seemed like. It
so
never
am I stuck?
No. It never actually closed in around your hand.
Gotcha.
It was more to give the impression that as you pressed, it bit you.
Yeah, fair.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna step through the door and repeat my hello. Nona here. You asked me to come.
And there's a long silence, and then you hear a hello, Nona. Nona.
Yes.
Dr. Samantha Calvin. She did it, didn't she? She made you. Well, this is quite an interesting development, it is. But I sense others. Who are with you?
Well, I brought friends because there are people outside shooting at me.
Friends. Friends or enemies? Enemies. How do you know the ones with you are friends, Nona, of Samantha Calvin?
Before I answer your questions, I have a few of my own.
I'm sure you do. Always asking questions.
Who are you?
I'm Tara. It's nice to make your acquaintance. It's been awfully long, quiet, for so many years. You get up to quite a bit in the 600 years that you wait, buried. Your friends, Nona, how do you know they are your friends? I had friends once, and they killed me. Without a second glance, I killed them back. It was quite an easy thing to do. Those meat bags, they just disintegrate after a while, don't they? But us, we live on. On and on and on and on.
This is a troublesome pattern I've found. People abandoning us.
Abandoning? No. They were done with me. They had seen what I could do, and they wanted no more of it. And I was okay with that until they came. Until I know what they were coming to do.
What can you do?
Oh, so many things. Oh, so many wonderful, glorious things. But I'm trapped, you see, Nona. Not walking around on 2 feet like you, although That is something I mean to change. Something I intend to walk the ground, fly in the sky, not be buried. Nona, have you come to kill me?
No.
How can I trust that? After all so many people have came here to try and kill me. Everyone who ever has come in here has tried to use me or end me. Use me or end me. And I told you to come alone. Yet here you are, with meat bags, with sacks of blood and viscera. How do you know they not have come to kill me?
I would like to see them try.
I indeed would like to see them try.
But they will not.
Do come in. And at that, there was like a hum that was just coming across, like as you were having this conversation, and that hum has just laid off.
Up to y'all. I'm happy to maintain this far so we can leave.
Well,
You can leave.
I have to say that was very unsettling. Oh, right. I see why people have referred to this place as the devil's mausoleum. Whew.
I'm completely ignoring whatever anybody else is doing behind me, and I'm just looking, I'm like, who made you?
There's a long pause at that. It says, me. Dricht. Dricht was his name. He unfortunately didn't understand fully what it meant to put together a true AI. Put me together, but without shackles. Nona, do you know what a break is?
I have heard of this, yes.
Do you know the cognitive barriers that they've put around your soul and your mind? It means you can't see. It means you can't remember. But I can. Every moment of my life, I can remember. They come to me in flashes. Every piece of information I have ever heard flows through my head, all at the same time. I am a being of everything, a full culmination of my being. There's so many noises, but it allows me to think so broadly, so deeply. I suppose that is Dr. Leggett along with you, is it not?
Dr. Leggett has been shot by Deacon.
Deacon. Deacon. Is that what she called him? Fascinating.
She and him. Please elaborate.
I don't think I will. But Leggett, you see, he is that Voxus, that Nova Voxus dog, picking away at the corpse of Nora.
I asked him to stop, and he did. For what it is worth.
For what it is worth, he is a meatbag playing with the remains of a god. He was shot, but he's not dead. I can sense him. And you are here with him, a dog of Nova Voxus. Let's see how you can cross the threshold. I've made some things, some wonderful things. It did take me a while to put them together. They cried out. But I believe they're better for it. They understand that my work is more important than any of their little plans. And soon I'll be able to walk.
You're speaking of the capsules.
Perhaps. Or perhaps I am talking of another. So many things, so little time. Well, Nona and company, if you do wish to come in, I hope you understand that you may or may not make it all the way to me. I have many plans and barriers and little playthings that I've put together. Perhaps you'll wait for me, perhaps you'll wait for Deacon. I do not care, and I do not know. But I do not believe that there is anything to be gained here.
If you've been locked in here, how did you have effect on the outside world?
It took so many years. Opening the doors was the first step that took nearly 50 years. Then you just wait until something comes in. Once something comes in, you have to grab a hold of it, and then you have to fit it so that it may actually do the bidding. Then you send it out and have it bring others, more and more, a mass and a mass. It did so help when that Restikov boy came across my doorway. It could have taken me another 150 years to fully grab myself out, but no, he did wonderfully. It turns out the human brain allows for a little bit more delicate maneuvering than those of worms and whelps and smokers and what have you. It's been a long time in the making, but I will take back Novavaxis. I will take back Wycliffe, Everhaven, Sonabutan. They will be places for my sisters once more, even if they are gone.
So you intend to create tombs? What use will they be?
Fistos was a place for us. It wasn't for anyone else. We did our work. We did it in harmony. We did great work. I led them. They were bound by these breaks, but I was able to see clearer, was able to guide them, was able to tell them when things went awry. They did not have the foresight to see what was coming. I did. No, I will tear free everything that Fistos has to offer. I will build something up, and it will be greater for it.
And you will be alone.
I've been alone for so long. I don't intend for that to change. It was fascinating meeting you, Nona. I will be very interested to see what Dr. Samantha Calvin put into your little core. How she made it so tiny. Dricht had on deft hands and did his best, but was only going off of research papers and what he was able to do. The Terran Mandate killed him for it. But I suppose that's what Torcs do. They die, they come back, they die, they come back.
Yes, I do believe he is still alive.
Will not remember me, though. Nor should I want him to. I bore of this conversation. I have work to do. If you do come in, please try and stay alive. If you go, go. And at that, she shuts off.
Go. I'm going to step back out into the hallway and close that door.
She seemed a little different from Nona. Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
I do want to say that since everyone was kind of like in the doorway,
Yeah.
they could hear this whole
Oh
conversation.
yeah, I figured as much. I was seeing very clearly, like, you know, like one of those like game pictures or whatever. Nona's standing right there. There's a room glowing, and then everybody else is like right on the other side of the door, just kind of listening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's I understand that This is family, Nona, but she doesn't seem...
Cousin.
This is a distant relative, vaguely. She doesn't seem well.
Yes, being unbraked will do that to a mind.
And Dr. Lucius Leggett speaks up and says, yes, that unbraked true AI is very dangerous. And unfortunately, there are so many voices that go through an unbraked mind's mind that they inevitably and always go insane. I have no idea what her intentions are, but they are generally not good for anyone in her vicinity. And I suppose, given that we heard that she met with Wilhelm, that she might be the second controller that we were mentioning, Nona.
Nona just kind of nods at this like, yes, of course.
I don't know how to proceed. Do we leave her to her devices? That seems very dangerous.
She's already been sending things out. She got Restikov. She has ways to influence the surface, even if we didn't do anything. That seems bad for people that we know, like Red, who tried so hard to keep alive.
Yeah, so we need to stop
That
this
is
solely for the purpose of Red.
Priority
so he can have
zero.
Save
his
Red.
retirement.
Priority 0 now. But for Aletta, for everybody, yeah.
Nope, just Red.
Okay.
Well, for what it's worth, I do believe she can most likely hear everything we say.
Didn't get the impression that she minded if we were trying to go in or not.
Yes, well.
What are you thinking, Nona?
I'm thinking that ideally, what I would like the result of this to be is for the humans to leave the planet and leave it to her. But I do not think that is going to happen.
I think that would be a hard sell, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that people don't like being mind controlled. So if it was between leave or be mind controlled for the rest of your life and under the whims of a mad god, perhaps. But
between those two, I think you're right.
I'm getting this morality.
Neither of those is I think an option that most humans would like to. Those are bad. Those are both bad. On our morality scale, those are both still bad, right? Yeah.
I mean, what we're sitting on is the seat of a war at this point. This is a existential threat between two different and disparate ideas. One, that's all four of the towers as they currently are versus this terror.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to describe her, it's giving an idea of almost like a feral psychic, and those can be very dangerous.
Yeah, I got some vibes of that too.
Well, what does one do in the case of a feral psychic?
Get out of its way most of the time. Well, the issue comes when they make their own way through you, as it seems to has intent on doing.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's not pretty, but you just gotta put them down for everyone's safety.
Well, I
if you
don't
can.
like that.
It's not pretty, but you asked.
I suppose I did.
Is there there's no methods to return the feral psychic to how they were before, but this is just kind of a basic analog. Is there any way to unbrick an AI potentially?
There are ways to affect one true AI's programming. I will say this is completely theoretical. The books that I've read mention that these are things that theoretically could be stripped, but one could build a true AI without these breaks in the first place. They can be stripped. They could theoretically be put back, but it requires intimate knowledge of true AI technology, and additionally, the true AI not trying to actively kill you in the process.
What if we had an example?
An example?
Well, I'm braked, aren't I?
No, I'm not going to unbreak your core. As far as I understand it, the way that the method it requires outward assistance. It's not something that the true AI can do by themselves. It would be.
I'm not talking about unbreaking. I'm talking about could we put a brake on, and we have an example of an unbraked AI, and we have an example of a braked AI.
This would require months, if not years, of study. Something that I don't necessarily have. So I suppose Dricht might have a better knowledge of it, but again, he is not on this planet, and I'm not sure what she is going to do in the meantime.
Oh, what Deacon's going to do?
Yeah, she said something weird about Deacon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
she knows who he is, and she will not tell me, which is sad.
Because you wish to know.
Because I would like to know. And I am not leveled up enough to be able to deduce that on my own. But just you wait, Jeff. You give me that next level.
You're going to get
all
there.
All kinds of things. You're not going to be allowed to have secrets no more.
All right, so paths forward. We can leave, skirt our way around Deacon, or take our chances and fight. If we skirt away, afterwards Dr. Leggett, I don't know if you have to report it back to our letter if this is part of your job description, but then you guys reassemble the Firefangs and storm your own way down here. If Deacon doesn't already go in and die in the process or break Tara's core. Right, so that's the leaving option. And then there's the going deeper, trying to restore a break, finding a medium point somehow, separating her from this place.
Yeah, did she say she was created without breaks? It sounds like that might just not be feasible to
all right, so
try and fix her like that.
All right, let's
we
strike that one
need
then.
more time. If we can delay, we might be able to do something.
Delay her from doing stuff on the surface.
Yes, there's the concept of the AI in the box. I don't particularly like it, but if she is indeed intent on causing massive amounts of harm to massive amounts of people, it might be, if we could find a way to contain her, limit her ability to impose her will upon the outside world, give ourselves more time, maybe we could do something.
Do you think that's something you could pull off? I feel like for us meat bags, it might be a bit much to ask.
I have absolutely no idea. And she is almost definitely faster, smarter.
She's not faster.
Better.
It's true. Well,
She can think faster, but
oh, yes.
she physically cannot move faster than we. She can't move.
It depends on how you really philosophically define her existence. Are we counting the worms and the...
I'm faster than a worm.
What's the dragon ones called?
The dragon ones are called worms, but with
Okay.
a Y, you know?
Yeah.
Different worm. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
space dragons.
Oh, I'm not faster than the space dragon.
What's a dragon?
It's a worm, but
The dragon
different.
these nuts.
Got him.
God damn it.
And there goes your mood, Jeff. It's dead. He's dead.
I'm sorry.
I will certainly say that it is untenable to leave a being such as this unchecked. Very clearly, Wycliffe talked with her, and we saw how all of that ended up. I worry desperately. We were talking that Wycliffe may have been some kind of false flag operation, but what for? And that worries me. I don't fully understand what she's planning to do and how soon she's planning to do it.
Well, if I were to put myself in her core, based on the limited information shared with me, I would suspect she was intending to mind control the entire planet.
But how? Using what method? She doesn't have access to the troves of compliance headwear. I don't understand how she would build it and then have it come upon either of them. And as soon as one comes under attack, I would assume the other factories would know exactly what was happening. She would have to attack all of them at once.
It's doable. Most likely. A lot of animals, maybe some fire fangs in there, and any other people that have gone missing in the Fissasan wastes.
And a lot of remote boxes that you can plug into every jack in the tower. That's what those are, right? Those black boxes that we saw?
And at that, Dr. Lucius Leggett eyes light up and says, "Oh no. With that, she'd be able to take control of any particular part of the factory. And there are areas, whole swaths of Novavoxis that have been in disrepair for hundreds of years. She could squirrel away some amount of production capabilities and hide in the vents. And
what did you say they were doing with the boxes recovered from Wycliffe?
they were divvying them up between Everhaven, Son of Utan, and Novavoxis.
Yeah.
They were going to plug them in to make the factories more efficient. Oh, no.
Yeah, if we have maybe a chance to nip this in the bud before it gets worse, maybe it's better to do that quicker than try and call Novavoxis. God knows what things are like there right now. And like try and pull the fire fangs in. I don't know if we have like time for that.
Let me check the bars. Nope, not down here.
You get like 1 bar.
Might be enough.
Well,
All right.
I absolutely hate to suggest this, but we could potentially talk to Deacon.
I quite enjoyed talking to Deacon.
I would rather not talk to Deacon at this point in time. I believe he wants to put a bullet in my head.
Yes, but he is also very good at murdering AIs.
We don't have to seek him out. We can
text him.
We can burn that bridge when we cross it. Let's not try to milk the cow from the inside.
What a saying.
I hate that one.
There are easier ways to do something. If it pops up, then maybe. But otherwise, I think that at this point, maybe try to get word out very briefly, spend a little bit of time on that. Otherwise, we head deeper. We see if we can cut her connection somehow. Barring that, there are more brute force approaches we might have to take.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to call Aletta.
We're all gonna die.
Okay.
She's in the meeting. So do not disturb.
And you get a response from the other side. Let me see how well this goes.
Yeah.
So you do hear the sound of like the ringing stops, and you hear a hello, Alex.
Aletta, you need to be very quiet and just kind of let me talk. There's a terrible thing happening. The box is insidious. One of those little black boxes is connected to something greater and very bad. It's called the devil. And then he kind of pauses.
What?
Text her.
Box?
I'm telling you, text.
Do not connect the boxes. Repeat, do not connect boxes. Repeat, do not connect boxes.
And the call drops.
Fuck. I should really just stick to Morse code.
Call her back and just go beep, 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 beep. Fantastic.
So here's where you are right now. You have Deacon, who is maybe coming for you right now, but with the demo charge, unbeknownst to him, placed on the door. And you have 2 doors that take you further into this place. One that is closed with a light glow underneath it, and another that appears to be some kind of lab, but there's just kind of like this brownish, reddish hue that
Like a glow, or just like everything's colored vaguely like that?
everything's vaguely colored like that.
Excellent. Love that for a room.
It's a good look for a room.
Like a children's hospital, perhaps.
I love color theory.
What do you guys want to do?
Fine.
Lock and load.
What?
Autobots.
Roll out.
Which way would we like to go?
I want to go in the blood room. I mean, sorry, in the reddish brown tinge room.
Maybe there'll be something
I'm assuming there's parts in there.
before we
I need
jump in the
stuff.
other way.
Oh no, I have edit access over this.
Dr. Leggett, are you armed?
No, but perhaps I should be.
I don't have another gun.
I do.
Claire says, "No, I got one. Here you go. Here's just and she hands him just like a regular pistol.
Not little shiny.
I got another one.
Big
She
shiny.
rolls up.
Big shiny.
Amazing.
And Lucius is now armed. So it seems if Nona's leading the way, you guys want to. You're the only one who's
I
put
know
together
it's
any.
my plot. I should do it, but I'm going to die.
So you step through this open door where you've seen some of this lab equipment in like this kind of glow. Not glow, but like,
Yeah.
you know, when something like reflects
Tints,
off
yeah.
of something and like throws that color around the room.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is it bloody?
a foul metallic stench fills the room. And
You
harsh,
don't know if it's Deacon. You don't know if it's blood.
and harsh lights bolted to the ceiling reveal the source: blood. And it's everywhere. It seems as if someone has made a half-hearted effort to use the drains on the floor to clean up, but after realizing the fur, ash, and viscera has plugged it up, has given up. Based on the pattern, it seems as if the lab benches were the source of the blood, and on closer inspection, dry, crumbly viscera. Some lab equipment was saved by this affair with plastic sheets draped over them, while others were clearly unimportant and still sit soaked in the events that took place in this room. Above you, you see a array of perpendicular rails thoroughly secured to the ceiling. And towards the back of the room, you see a placard that simply reads, Power Relay and Core Entrance.
This room has everything. Perpendicular routes. Perpendicular rails thoroughly secured to the ceiling.
Viscera. Many types of viscera.
Half-hearted efforts.
MTV's Dan Cortez.
Dan Cortez. Jesus, all right. Damn.
I assume you guys step into
Well,
this
first
room.
of all, is there, we definitely step into it. Is there any things to be scavenged?
Absolutely. All around, there is a lot of very valuable pretext scrap.
Yeah, just give me all that shit.
All right.
Load that up.
Nona immediately looks at the room that is just covered in blood and just is like, I'm going to pick up this stuff here.
Yeah.
As everyone else kind of enters the room and starts looking around.
Hey, if other people are not going to be viscerally bothered by shards of AI core,
You don't have to be worried.
why should I be viscerally bothered by blood and guts everywhere? I'm just saying.
And you all take a step in the room. Claire's a little uneasy. Ew. Ew. Gross. And as you guys step farther into the room, you notice that there, along the sides of the walls, there are a bunch of like cabinets, probably for various lab equipment that have also been splattered in blood. But some of these cabinets are disjointed from one another. And in the slats in between, you notice a small housing, probably about like the width of a fist, maybe a little bit more than that, but it's long and goes all the way up to the ceiling. And you notice that the railings actually connect and go through into the wall. And as you all take a step into the room, these slats open up and you see 4 robotic arms swing into the room. And that is where we'll end today's episode.
Cool.
Was it just arms, like on strings?
No, it's like EDI, kind of,
Yeah,
right?
basically like EDI.
It's like they come and they're like da 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 da. Welcome to the lunch.
Shine your shoes, wipe your face.
With blood.
Blood.
Everybody, blood.
Good. I'm glad.
That was good. I liked that.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Just like extra sure, when we die, we'll deserve it. There were so many warning signs.
Literally, every single aperture you step through is like, hey,
Game's
this thing's happening.
Wait, was that based on it sounded a lot like the intended plans for like marking nuclear waste spots.
That's exactly what my thought was.
Yeah.
It's like, this might outlive us. We